Today we are going to install the new DRT Motorsports KRX 1000 aluminum trunk enclosure. This enclosure fits the 2020 plus Kawasaki KRX 2 and 4 door models. Install time is about 90 minutes. Can be installed by yourself with a difficulty level of beginner. Tools needed for this job are a 3/8 ratchet, a 6-inch extension, 12 and 17 mm sockets, 10 and 13 mm wrench, a 3 and 5 mm Allen wrench, and don't forget your safety glasses. So, gather the tools, and let's install. Let's start by removing the 4 12 mm tied down bed bolts. Then grab the enclosure side panels and set them into place, as shown. Now grab the supplied 4 large washers and the 12 mm factory bolts and reinstall them through the side panels in the factory positions and tighten them finger tight. Next, take the enclosure front framework and set it into place in front of the side panel framework as shown here. Then, align the 4 holes, 2 on each side, with the side panel framework, and install the supplied 4 5 mm Allen bolts and backing hardware finger tight. Now, using a 5 mm Allen wrench and a 13 mm wrench on the backing nut, align the panels and tighten down the upper bolt on each side. Then take a 12 mm socket and tighten down the 4 bed bolts. Next, go back and tighten up the other 2 5 mm bolts, and your main framework is complete. Now, grab the top front plate panel and set it into place. Then, install the supplied 5 mm Allen bolts and backing hardware finger tight. Next, set into place the driver's side top plate panel, align the mounting holes, and install the supplied 4 Allen bolts and backing hardware finger tight. Then, repeat this step on the passenger side top plate panel. Now, tighten down all 13 5 mm Allen bolts with a 13 mm wrench on the backing nuts. Next, grab the back trunk plate panel and hold it up and into place. Then, align the 2 bottom holes as shown and install a 5 mm Allen bolt on each side. Screw on the backing hardware to hold it in place. Then, align and install the 2 upper bolts and backing hardware finger tight. Now, make sure there is equal distance on the left and right sides, as well as across the bottom edge, and tighten down the bolts. Next, pick up the rear top enclosure cap and slide it into place, making sure to tuck the front part of the cap underneath the two side plate panels as shown. Once tucked into place, install the two 5mm bolts, one on each side, and backing hardware, as you see here. Now, to help line up the holes, we suggest using a small center punch or drift pin stuck in one of the holes to move the plate around so you can install the 3mm hardware. Once you have one lined up, the others install easily. Install the four 3mm Allen bolts, two on each side, and the backing hardware finger tight. Next, use the same drift pin to help you align the cap with the trunk back plate. Install all six 3mm Allen bolts across the back upper edge with backing hardware finger tight. Now, make sure all the plates still line up properly. Starting in the middle and working outward, tighten down all the enclosure cap plate, 3mm Allen bolts, and 10mm backing nuts. Next, grab the enclosure lid and set it in place. It should fit nicely without a problem. Then lift it out and set it aside. Now grab the two hinges and set them in place, and install one 3mm Allen bolt in each hinge to hold them. Then install the other four Allen bolts as shown and tighten down. Next, flip the hinges over so they are out of the way, and grab the enclosure lid and set it back in place. Then flip the hinges back over onto the lid and install all 6 bolts with backing hardware and the hinges as before. Now, roughly align and tighten one bolt on each hinge and set the lid in place as you see here. Then, loosen and realign if necessary, and test fit again. Once it fits to your satisfaction, tighten down all the bolts, and close the lid, and engage the handles. One last step. Using a 17mm socket, remove the roll cage bolt shown here on each side. Then, place the tie-down mount as seen here and reinstall the factory bolt. These tie-downs are designed to give you a strong, forward mounting point to strap down a tire or other cargo to the top of your enclosure. Repeat this step on the other side of the vehicle, and you are done. Congrats! That completes your DRT Kawasaki KRX aluminum trunk enclosure. This trunk enclosure is a must for riders who want to carry cargo more securely, and still retain the ability to carry up to a 35-inch tire. It maintains the full width and length of the factory cargo compartment, and was designed with 2 access points, so cargo is still accessible when a tire is mounted. It has an extra thick load-bearing lid, for additional cargo. The storage enclosure is perfect for tool bags, soft coolers, and other off-road essentials while riding in any terrain. Until we meet on your next DRT install, be safe out there. If you have any questions during your installation, don't hesitate to contact us via phone or email. We are here to help.